Hey guys, it's Kairos. Welcome back to the channel. And when we left off, we were actually exploring the bottom portion of the dam. And as we did that, and as I recorded that, it was incredibly boring. The most news that I could give you is that we found a rifle. And from there, I spent probably a good 20 minutes harvesting material, inventory management. There was a blizzard outside, so we read skill books. And basically we stayed tucked inside this little room in the dam for a good 20 to 30 minutes. And I can't claim to be the most interesting and exciting watch on YouTube, but I know that that was not worth it. And so we scrapped that and basically are picking it up here. We did find a rifle. We've used up basically all of our skill books just because there was a blizzard outside, and we consolidated a lot of our clothing and kind of combined it into one. And so what we're doing now is we're headed to the abandoned, or not the abandoned, but basically the destroyed watchtower. In the original early access game, this was the sole watchtower and it was intact. And so typically there's actually not bad stuff over there, and there's kind of some outbuildings on the way, and I feel like I would not be 100%ing Mystery Lake without going to that location. So we're going there. But the good news is we've kind of consolidated a bunch of our stuff. We're traveling relatively light. And we finally have a weapon, so things are looking up. And I want to say at one point we even had maybe 2 or 3 cooking pots, and they're so handy to have, just especially when you find like double and quadruple burners. Okay, there's a wolf up there. Because one of the things that we can do is start harvesting some carcasses in order to make like the wolf coat. And like the deer boots and pants, and because those are some of your best items. Okay, I saw him. He just kind of went behind that rock. And I want to say he might have been chasing a deer. Oh yeah, you can hear him chasing something. Yeah, that was a deer. Okay, yeah, he got a deer. Which is perfect for us because that would give us, number one, a fresh deer carcass, and number two, a wolf standing still. So some of you, maybe you've done this to where you can actually spook deer into a wolf to where the wolf will chase it down. That's probably the most efficient way of hunting, because even if you don't hit the wolf, you can at least scare it off. Alright, so let's see. This will basically be our first shot of the game. Let's see how we do. I don't know if we hit him. Let's see if we drew any blood. Because if we didn't, we likely will see him again. And I don't see any blood. And the bad news is we might not be able to build a fire on this slope next to this deer like I normally like to do. So that's a bummer. Okay, there's our friend down there. He probably will come back. So what we might do, we might can get a little bit of meat off of him, and then maybe build a fire somewhere else, and then that can be cooking while we cut some other meat. And our body temperature isn't going down too much, so that's not bad. We'll go ahead and get the hide. It's about midday. Alright, we're starting to get cold. I'm kind of interested where the wolf is now. He might be long gone. Okay, let's find a flat place
to escape this cold.
Just so we can get warm and just so we can kind of cook. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Not too far away. The problem is that we don't have a lot of fuel. Looks like we have one stick. We have a torch. We have the frozen angler, which we haven't finished yet.
I could eat anything.
Ooh, gosh. Okay, let's go ahead and light this thing up. Okay, that'll be good for a few minutes. And go ahead and throw that on there. And okay, here we go. He's mad because we took his food. Alright, fella. Got him. Alright, so our first shot was unsuccessful. Our second one was very successful. Okay, now though, we have an issue of firewood. We need firewood. And we need to kind of put a stick on here at a time, just because even if we take some of these branches, it'll take 5 to 10 minutes to break some of those up, and then our fire will go out. So we need kind of some small sticks. 10 minutes. I think we bumped up to 14, so we might have about 4 minutes left after this. Okay, so let's go put these sticks on here. That leaves us 4 minutes exactly. Yep. Okay, so we're up to 26. All right, let's see what else we can find. Now we can get a few more branches, but gosh, it doesn't seem like there's just a whole lot sitting around. There's some down there. Here we go. A little bit there. There's one there. Yep. 10 minutes. Go ahead and get that. Okay, hypothermia is starting to settle in, so we're getting cold. Okay, and this might be... We'll go ahead and stoke the fire with this.
Never felt so cold in my life.
And we'll check out that little friend later. And 8 minutes left. So this time we will get it up to about 50 minutes, 53 minutes. And we'll throw some of this venison down, get that cooking. Venison is way better than wolf meat just because it's not going to get you sick. So while wolves can give you meat, you got to be weary of what you eat from them, because they can give you parasites. Okay, same thing. Alright, so now we're up to an hour 20. And those have got about 20 minutes left, 26 minutes left. And let's see. Alright, so let's check our deer here. See if we can get a little more meat off of them. We want to take enough, but we don't want to take so much that our fire goes out. And the good news is that our body temperature is actually going up a little bit. So part of that well-fed perk, eating that hot meat, kind of warmed our bellies a little bit. But our fatigue meter is about halfway gone, And it's dropping pretty quickly. Probably because we're walking up and down hills. Yeah, I don't see any more limbs. It'd be great if you could break some of those off, but you can't. Okay. Yep, no luck here. I do wonder that sometimes, though, if your body temperature doesn't increase, just like if I were to walk up hills, like that would definitely warm my body because I'm moving. I don't know if that mechanic is necessarily in place in this game, but I suppose it could be. But obviously, your fatigue would wane a lot, go away. Alright, put down fresh meats. Take that so it doesn't get burned. We'll eat that up too. I can't imagine eating a huge slab of meat like that and not being full. I know I love the long dark, but yeah, it's hard to work in that mechanic, I suppose. Just like how big of a piece of meat is too big, how much can you actually eat? But I don't know, maybe our fella here's a big boy. But I suppose too, like, I don't know, harvesting meat from a deer would last you a long time. And I'm sure the game also has to just sort of balance that sense of killing needlessly, wasting the meat, using the meat, that whole dilemma. And I get that. That's probably why it is so hard to balance. Because in one sense, it really does. It does make you feel good that if you do have to take a deer down, that you can consume all the meat, that you can use all the parts of it, and not just kill it for sport. Alright, let's see what we've got going. Yeah, our body temperature is looking good. Campfire's at 15. We've got one slab of meat done. Put another one down. Add some of our sticks in. That one's got about 19 minutes to go. Get us a drink of water. And now, I guess we got to figure out what we do with our wolf. Because again, the meat sort of poses a problem, but we definitely want to go ahead and get the hide, just so we can get that curing. I want to say we need about 5 or 6 in order to make the coat, to make the wolf coat. And what do we have? Yeah, I ran back over here just because I didn't know how long it took me to skin that coat. It's like, oh yeah, let me look at that, so my fire didn't run out. And let's see, what do we have left on our deer? We got about 5 pounds of meat. And we'll take about 2 off of that. Our sun is beginning to go down. And our fatigue is going down pretty quickly as well. We got 15 minutes on that. We'll go ahead and take that. And we'll cook it for however long we can. That's got 1 minute left. 13 minutes left on the fire. I don't think we're going to necessarily have time to find more firewood. I mean, warmth is an issue, but just us getting tired and it getting dark. Because I don't want to be left out here whenever it's too dark. But let's see what we can find, if anything. If we can keep this thing going, it may be totally
Not
dead
sure
by the
why
time
I
we get
feel so
back.
tired.
Yeah, I hate to be doing all this too and run across another wolf just tucked behind a tree, ready to maul me. Yep, and we are exhausted officially. That meter's about to run out, and of course the more that happens, the less we can carry because we're tired. And we're going to see what we can lug around, because I bet our fire's gone out. Wait for it. Yep. But our meat hopefully did its thing. We got 4 sticks. I don't even know. I don't think it's worth it to use our accelerant to start this thing up, because you're tired. You're not gonna revive any of that. Pretty sure I left my bedroll back at the dam too, so I can't even lay down next to it. So with that said, I think we are going to make our way out of here. And just down the road from here should be a small encampment of just trailers that I bet we can get some rest in. We just have to make sure that we can get there without being ambushed. So we'll keep our head on a swivel, get through this little clear cut.
Too tired to think straight.
Alright, yeah, you can see them right through there. So we will trudge along one step at a time. Oh my goodness. Alright, so obviously we did not make it up to the broken down tower. Our dear friend the deer and the wolf kind of sidelined us for a little bit there. So what we're going to do is we are going to go inside one of these trailers and we're going to get some rest. We're going to eat if we need to, see if we can find a place. I want to say there might be a stove in that little broken down barn over there. But we'll get some rest, and then we'll head back up to the tower after this in our next episode. So again, this is Kyle Ross. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Long Dark content, and we will see you in the next episode.